Swamin Namaste Natalokabandho Karunya Sindho Patitam Bhavabdhau Mamuddharatmiya Kataksha Drishtya Rajvyati Karunya Sudhabhivrishya Swamin Namaste Swamin Namaste Swamin Namaste Swamin Namaste Yat Kirtanam Yat Smaranam Yadikshanam Yad Vandanam Yat Shravanam Yadarhanam Lokasya Sadyo Vidhunoti Kalmasham Tasmai Subhadrashravase Namo Namaha Tasmai Subhadrashravase Namo Namaha. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. Yesterday we ended with this shloka. Santam Samipe Ramanam Ratipradam Vittapradam Nityamimam Vihaya Akamadam Dukkha Bhayadishoka Mohapradam Tuchamaham Bhajednya. And we found that this prostitute Pingala, when she suddenly had an illumination that though the one who is the delighter, who is so close to us in our heart, and who is the bestower of pleasure and wealth, who is eternal, we ignorantly crave for that. She thought for herself that she was all along ignorantly craving for such happiness which only caused her worries, fear, and misery. So she was talking about the indweller. That indweller is there, always. But instead of seeking to know the indweller, to get the touch of him, that indweller, who is Ratipradam, who gives pleasure, Vittapradam, who gives wealth. What kind of wealth? Not only material wealth, but internal wealth, such as contentment. Nityam, who is eternal. She was all along looking for people to come to her and pay her handsome money. So when she understood that, leaving everything, she should now focus on that indweller. So our condition is also that even knowing this, see, year after year, we are reading, we are listening, we are finding joy also in listening, joy in reading. We do not take it up as a pursuit to go forward and to know what indweller is and how we can grow in bhakti so that ultimately we attain that state and be united with our own self. So, I was telling you that my focus had been how to grow in bhakti. And I think all of us would like to have such a state where whatever we are doing, we feel that we are surrounded by God. We can feel Him, like Prahlada, Govinda Parirambhitaha. He always felt so. Asinaha Pariyatan Ashnan Shayanaha Prapivan Bruvan Nanusandhatta Etani Govinda Parirambhitaha. Whatever he did, whether he was sitting, whether he was moving about, whether he was eating, whether he was lying, whether he was drinking something, whether he was talking, he would always feel that he is ever embraced by Govinda. I think that should be our aim. Always to feel him. Always to feel him. So we seek a life when constant remembrance of God will be there. Now is there constant remembrance of God? There is not. In Bhagavad Gita there is a beautiful shloka. Ananya cheta satatam yo mam smarati nityashah tasyaham sulabham partha nityayuktasya yoginah. Ananya cheta satatam yo mam smarati nityashah tasyaham sulabham partha nityayuktasya yoginah. Ananya cheta satatam. Ananya cheta, what is the meaning of that? Only thinking of the Lord. Ananya cheta. With all our mind, we think of God. And when? Not only in the puja room. Not only sitting in the puja room or meditation or when we go to a temple or we see a puja. Not only that. Satatam. Yo mam smarati nityashaha. The one who is ananya cheta, remembers me always, and nityashaha. Every moment he remembers me, thinks of me. Tasyaham sulabham partha. O Partha, Krishna is telling Arjuna that, O Partha, I become easily available to him. If yesterday I told you one shloka, what is that shloka? Sakala bhuvana madhye nirdhanas tepi dhanyaha. Even if one doesn't have wealth, but has ananya bhakti for Sri Hari, then what does Sri Hari do? He also enters the heart of that person and becomes bound by the cord of bhakti. So here also it is said the same thing. A person who is ananya cheta, who remembers me always, for him I become sulabham, easily available. You will find that now we have to remember. We have specific periods when we will do our meditation or dhyana, meditation or japa or doing some puja. We have specific times. But at that time, we don't have to think about him. He will grip us. Always he will be in our mind, which is not so now. So, tasyaham sulabham partha nitya yuktasya yoginah. One who is nitya yukta, that is always in the thought of God, for him I am very easily available. Whenever we keep quiet, we just sit down, will we find Govinda parirambhitaha, ever embraced by Govinda. You know, you should remember this word. Don't remember anything else. Remember this word. What is it? What is the meaning of this? Ever embraced by Govinda. Govinda parirambhitaha. Prahlada, this is the state of Prahlada. Then there will be a life. See, what is our pursuit? What is the topic? The topic is devotional pursuit for householders. What should be the pursuit? I think the pursuit will be, we want joy and happiness. So this is one thing, that we are in constant remembrance of God, and whatever we do, our life is very, very full of activity, very hectic, and we are always doing work. Whatever we do, in all our work, we will feel as if we are doing the work for God, as if it is a puja for Him. Every work, every little work, every thought, every word spoken will be a puja for Him. So, I think in our life, the yearning should be this. I'm telling you this because I was referring to my own growth in bhakti. And this is what I used to think, that how to grow in bhakti. And I found that yearning to read the life stories of Mahatma, we should read the life stories of Mahatma. Suppose we do not get the association of Mahatmas personally, physically, then we should read the life stories. See how they have developed, how they have gone forward, what were their thoughts. So, this is how we must have the yearning, this aim to have a growth in bhakti. So what should be the pursuit? You know, in Bhagavatam, since we are talking about the devotional pursuit, mostly Bhagavatam will come. So in Bhagavatam, there has been a very good portion where King Nimi and 9 yogis, they have a conversation. So in that conversation, King Nimi, he was doing some yajna. He was getting it done by the Brahmarshis and Maharshis. There came 9 yogis. These 9 yogis, right from beginning, they would go around in the world only with a contemplative mind and discussing philosophical questions. So when King Nimi saw them, they were going by, King Nimi saw them, and he told them that, first of all, he did their puja, gave them seat, did pada puja for them, and with folded hands, he asked them, he said, Durlabho manusho deho dehinam kshanabhanguraha tatrapi durlabham manye vaikuntha priyadarshanam. You know what he says? Durlabho manusho deho dehinam kshanabhanguraha. This human body is durlabha, rare. We might have been born as any other creature, but we have been born as human beings. We are different from other creatures. The commonality with all the creation is everybody is born, they procreate, they eat, and they die also. But human beings have 2 more factors. What is that? Mind and intelligence. That is why the human birth is very rare. So, King Nimi said, this body, human body, is very, very rare. Dehinam kshanabhanguraha. But at the same time, the life is momentary. It will not last. It will not remain always. It is not eternal. It is of short duration. And in that life, tatrapi durlabham manye vaikuntha priyadarshanam. But still rarer is when in that life we meet somebody who is Vaikuntha Priya. Who is Vaikuntha Priya? Who is a great devotee of the Lord. Who is a great devotee of the Lord. So, these rishis have come, Navayogis have come. They are always in the remembrance of the Lord. They have come. So this king is saying that you all are Vaikuntha Priya. You are the very great devotees whom God loves, and God loves you. You have given darshan to us. That is more rare, even rarer than human birth. Ata atyantikam kshemam prichhamo bhavato naghaha samsaresmin shanardhopi satsanga shevadhir nirnam. So they say that, O holy men, I would therefore like to ask you, what is it that constitutes the ultimate good of human being? Please tell us. We are human beings. What we should pursue, which will give us the ultimate welfare. We are living, we are earning money, we are doing everything for our family, but Is that all? Or is there something else higher than this which we should pursue and which will take us to our supreme goal? And also he said, in this life, even a moment in a holy company is just like obtaining a great treasure. You understand? Even a moment. So just see, when we read this, when we hear this, we should assess, do we think like this? Do we think like this? That when we get a holy company, are we making the best of it? Are we going there? Are we asking him a question so that our mind will be elevated? Just now somebody was asking me, Ma, you have been meeting, from morning you are meeting people, meeting devotees. Some people meet you for a long time, long duration. What is it that they tell you? What is their talk with you? Do they talk what? Are all of them, are they telling you their problems or what? So I was saying, yes, mostly people tell their problems. There are some who do not tell about, they do not have much of problem, but they will talk about their family, what everybody is doing, how they are faring, etc. There are very, very, maybe 1% or maybe 2% who talk about their sadhana. Nobody comes and talks about sadhana, that Swamiji, you have given Diksha and I have been doing this, I have got stuck here, I am not understanding what further I should do. Or from my mind I am not able to take away these traits which agitate me, which I want to leave. Please tell me how to do it. Very few people will ask. So, even in a holy company, we are not making use of that holy company. We become complacent. That is what happens. When we come to the spiritual path, we get a little joy. We feel that, we have become a little calmer than before. So we don't get so much agitated as before. So we become very complacent. But that is not enough. Having had the company, you must ask, how I can go forward? My bhakti, I am finding that I am spending a lot of time, maybe reading, maybe meditating, maybe doing puja, maybe going and listening. But I find that all the characteristics of bhaktas I have not yet got. So what should I do? Please tell me. Can you please tell me? Now, who will go give the answer to this? Will your friends be able to give the answer? Will your parents be able to give the answer? Will other devotees be able to give the answer? No. Only the Guru or a Mahatma like a Guru will be able to give the reply. So that is why King Nimi is saying that even a moment in holy company is like obtaining a great treasure. And what he has done? When the Navayogis were going there, they simply did not let them go. They immediately got up, said that please sit here, gave them asan, did some puja for Pada Puja, washed their feet, and taking that opportunity, he is asking what? Immediately, please tell us, what is the ultimate good of man? What we should pursue so that we grow in bhakti? What is the aim of this life? What is the purpose of this life? Always our mind is full of what? Shoka, moha, bhaya. Misery and delusion and fear. Always we are in fear. Even if everything is okay, we are fearful. Will I be sick? Will my husband be sick? What will I do? Or will I be able to handle all the money that I have. My son has not yet got married, what I shall do. All those things. So, please tell us about the Bhagavata Dharma. This is called Bhagavata Dharma. What is that topic that has been given to me is that. It's been, in English we are saying, the devotional pursuit. Devotional pursuit is Bhagavata Dharma. What a devotee, one who feels bhakti in his mind, should follow so that the bhakti becomes parabhakti, the supreme kind of bhakti. A bhakti which does not want anything. It does not want anything. It just wants to be devoted. It just wants to love God because God is lovable. So he says, please tell us about the Bhagavata Dharma, the path of devotion. It is said that the Lord is extremely pleased with one following it, and that he bestows his very self on him. If one follows this Bhagavata Dharma, you will feel that you have attained godlyhood. Because all your evil tendencies, that is the undesirable traits, will be removed from your mind. And you will feel a placidity. That Bhagavad Gita shloka, Vihaya kaman yas sarvan pumams charati nisprihaha nirmamo nirahankaraha sa shanti madhigacchati. When all the desires have got attenuated and all mamata has gone, all ego has gone, for that person there will be shanti in the mind. And that is what we want. We always find mind is agitated with something or other. We get up in the morning with some thought. Today somebody was saying that she got up in the morning with some thought. What is the thought? Yesterday night, some Facebook exchange has taken place and some differences of opinion has been encountered in the Facebook exchange. I do not know what is Facebook actually. Anyway, she was saying, so she was agitated. She has got up in the morning with that thought. And she herself is saying that I started thinking, yesterday night I heard Mad's lecture and so many beautiful thoughts was there in my mind. Instead of all those thoughts, why is it that I have got up with this kind of agitating thought? But this is what happens. Any little thing, worldly thing, we will get up with that thing, that thought only. Whether it is Swamiji's lecture or whether you have heard another lecture or you have read a very beautiful thing, very rarely we will get up with those good thoughts. We will get up with thought of grumbling, of some plan, some dream, something you want to achieve, all those thoughts. So, this is what he asked. So, there are 9 yogis, one after another. You should read Bhagavatam. Read Bhagavatam. In Kerala, I find Swamiji tells most of the people to read Bhagavatam. Read it. So one after another, the yogis are telling on various issues. So the first yogi, the one whose name is Kavi, he is saying, I'm very sorry, I'm not able to chant. So he says that, O Raja, men are always with fear. Everybody has fear. And everybody wants to become nirbhaya, abhaya. So what one should do is this. Manye akutaschid bhayam achyutasya padambujo pasana matra nityam udvigna buddhehe asadatma bhavat vishwatmana yatra nivartate bhihi manye akutaschid bhayam achyutasya padambujopasanam atra nityam udvigna buddhe rasadatma bhavat vishwatmana yatra nivartate bhihi. I'll tell you how you can become rid of fear. He says that you do the upasana or worship of Achyuta. Who is Achyuta? Achyuta, is deflection. Why God's name is Achyuta, Sri Hari's name is Achyuta? Because he is eternal, he is changeless, he never gets deflected, he is always as he is. So, you catch hold of Sri Hari's holy lotus feet. Do upasana. Upasana means what? Upasana. It is sitting close to those holy lotus feet. Whether you sit keeping one external object or you internally think that you are holding on to the holy lotus feet of Achyuta. That is enough. Manye akutaschid bhayam achyutasya padam bujopasanam atra nityam. If you do that, this worry, anxiety, udvigna buddhi. Why people become udvigna buddhi? Why people become worried? Because one feels, I am the body and everything around me is mine. The possessiveness, the fear of losing everything, all these things make one feel worried and fearful. So a lot of fear is there. So they want to catch hold of the things which are unreal, asat, unreal, which themselves are absolutely perishable. We think all our money, all our people around us, my own health, my houses, and all the possessions that I have, everything will protect me. This is a thought, which is a deluded thought. Nothing may remain. But we are holding on to that, and the fear of losing it makes us feel worried and deluded, worried and anxious. So, instead of that, hold on to the eternal feet of Sri Hari and do upasana. What is the upasana? What upasana we should do? Not that we give some water, give some mithai and chant some slokas. Feeling that he is the one, if I understand that he is the one who is eternal, and worshipping him, I get that eternal state myself, thinking about him, growing my bhakti for him. He who is Vishwatmana, who is there in everybody, that Lord, he will be able to take away my fear. It is like, say, there is a big storm. We had storms. So suppose during a storm, we catch hold, we get onto a tree and we sit on a branch which is very narrow. The branch will be moving a lot and we will be fearful. Instead, suppose we hold on to the trunk of the tree, which just doesn't move itself. We will feel secure. It is like that. That is holding on to the feet of Sri Hari, who is Achyuta, who is changeless, who is always there, who is eternal. We will not feel fearful anymore. So he said this, and he said, Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana va anusrita svabhavat karoti yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanaeti samarpayetat. He also said that how will all these bhava come to you? It's not easy to be like this. Actually, during our lifetime, we are constantly working. We are doing work with our body. We are talking. Our mind is thinking. Our sense organs are going and interacting with various objects. So, because of all those interactions, many things are happening by which we get frightened, we get scared. So, what should be our attitude? Kayena vacha manasendriyirva buddhyatmana va anusrita swabhavat karomi yad karoti yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayet tat. And so he says, O Raja, remember this, whatever you do bodily, whatever you talk with your tongue, your mind, whatever it thinks, your indriyas, whatever they are engaged in, and with your buddhi, whatever decisions you take, think that everything you are doing for Lord Narayana, Sri Hari. See, this is a thought. He is giving us instructions. What is the instruction? 2 instructions we got. What is the instruction? One is, if you want to be fearless, then worship Sri Hari, considering him to be the Lord, the Supreme Lord, who will bestow upon us fearlessness. We should catch hold of Sri Hari's holy lotus feet. So in catching hold of holy lotus feet of Sri Hari, what do we have to do? Our catching of other things we have to leave. You understand? This first shloka that I told, to become fearless, the instruction given is that catch hold of Sri Hari's feet and take complete shelter at his feet. Do worship. In doing so, what we have to do? Now our mind is engaged in otherworldly things. We are catching hold of unreal things, momentary things, transitory, perishable things, like our wealth, our possession, our children, our house, our name, fame, etc. We depend on those things for our happiness, for our peace and security. Leave that. Think that only by worshipping and taking shelter at Sri Hari's feet, by ananya chittata, ekanta bhakti, then alone you will get fearlessness. And how will you do it? How will you live? Yesterday I told you one shloka, mamatam vimuncha jaya sutadishu sada mamatam vimuncha. Leave your mamata. Leave your attachment. The shlokas are saying with lot of emphasis. So now in the second shloka, what he is saying, that how will you do it? Actually, how will you do it? Because you are not only sitting and worshipping, you are actually doing work. From the morning, you have started doing work. And while doing work, you are talking also, you are thinking also. With your buddhi, you are taking some decisions. So how are you actually going to do this process of worshipping? What does it mean actually? It says that whatever you are doing, think that you are doing it for Sri Hari. In Bhagavad Gita, a similar shloka is Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you are doing, yat karoshi, whatever you are doing, yat karoshi yadashnasi, whatever you are eating, yajjuhosi, whatever you are worshipping with, dadasi yat, whatever dana you are doing, yat tapasyasi, whatever austerities you are performing, tat kurushva madarpanam. Do everything thinking that you are doing it for my sake, offering it to me. Now, what is this madarpanam? Again the question comes, why I am taking this piece by piece. We may say with our lips that I have done Madarpanam, that is, I have offered. What exactly is this offering? We do puja in the houses, no? We'll make lot of arrangements, we'll buy so many items, and we will be very happy. We'll call people. We are offering so many items to God. But what does that offering mean actually? That offering will actually take away all possessiveness from us. The offering means, just like the Purnahuti that we do in our Vishnu Sahasranama Yajna, why do we do Purnahuti? To give us a feeling that nothing belongs to us. So this Madarpanam, whatever we are doing, we should feel that nothing belongs to us. Every piece of work which comes across and I am doing, it is God-given. Everything that we enjoy is God-given. Every thought that we have, it also just appears in our mind. We are not the controller. To think those things, that is, applying the mind and buddhi in that upasana. Whatever upasana is we are doing, upasana doesn't mean that we light a lamp, we keep a murti, we make arrangements, we offer items of food, flower, etc., and chant some mantra. That is not. In there, your mind and buddhi should be applied to think that nothing belongs to me. Everything comes from God. And that is why I am enjoying, that is why I am doing this or that, and I am not the karta at all. I am not the doer. Because He is there to make me do these things I am doing, and that is how I offer myself at His feet. Even my prana, if He had not entered my being, all my body would not have been enlivened. Only because the Lord is there inside me, all my limbs are working, my buddhi is working, my mind is working. I am able to act with my limbs. All this is happening. So, this kind of feeling. Now, there is a very beautiful dialogue between Narada and Yudhishthira in Srimad Bhagavatam. So before that I will say, I just went ahead. This Kavi said this. Now, I will not take all other thing. One yogi, Prabuddha, he says, he talks about Bhagavata Dharma. All are talking about Bhagavata Dharma. But this is very much relevant to us. He says that the householders, they engage themselves in actions, and though they find that from that action they are getting happiness, no doubt, but that happiness ultimately becomes full of dukkha because of fear of losing or not getting the wishes fulfilled. So he says that tasmat gurum prapadyeta jijñāsu shreya uttamam shabde parecha nishnatam brahmanyupashamashrayam. He says that if you want to pursue this Bhagavata Dharma, you must go to a guru. You must have a guru. And from the guru, you must have your instructions, what you should do, how you should pursue. Tasmat gurum prapadyeta jijñāsu shreya uttamam shabde parecha nishnatam brahmanyupashamashrayam. And what kind of a guru? That guru should be brahmanishtha. He should be well versed in the Shastras. He should have realized the self, realized God, and he must be very, very self-controlled. So when you go to the Guru, what you should do? You should, with lot of humility, ask him questions. There is a shloka in which it says, Vidusham Vitaraganam Annapanadi Sevaya Sangatya Pranayenapi Mumuksha Akasmiki Bhavet. Vidusham Vitaraganam Annapanadi Sevaya Sangatya Pranayenapi Mumuksha Akasmiki Bhavet. That when you go to the Mahatmas, your Guru, what kind of a Guru? Vidusham. He must be well versed in the Shastras. He must know the Shastras. Not only that, he becomes the Shastras. Whatever the Shastras are talking about, God or Brahman, he himself becomes that. So, you serve them. Serve such Mahatmas. What kind of a Mahatma? Who is well versed in the Shastras, who is learned, Vidusham. Vitaragana, one who has gone beyond likes and dislikes. Annapanadi Sevaya, you must serve them with Annapana Adi. That is, you must look after their needs. Whenever you come across a Mahatma, especially your Guru, you must look after his need, because they are not earning anything. So what they will eat, what they will wear, whether they need any medicine, whether they need any shelter or any other thing, if he has taken up a mission, then help him in that. So that is the seva. All people may not be able to do the physical service, so whatever is around him, say like here Swamiji has a center, so many people are involved in looking after the center. That is a seva. Actually, that is a Guru seva. So, Annapana di sevaya, Sangatya Pranayenapi, you must have his association. Sangha. Pranayena. What is Pranayena? That Sangha, the association, should be with love. With love. Not because of duty. Not because of duty that, I have the roster is made, who will come to the center on which day. So I have given name for 3 days, I have given name for 2 days. So that is to be done, that is being done as a duty. Not that. By love. Because I love, so I do seva. See, a mother, or a parent, whatever they do for their children, that is because of love, not because of duty. You may make simple food for your children, but you make special food for your children. Why? Maybe in making that special food you have to do a lot of work. But why did you take that trouble? Because you love the children, or love your husband, or love the family people. That is why you are taking trouble. So that love, even to serve a Mahatma, there should be love in the heart, not because of duty. Sangatya pranayenapi, if you do seva like that, you go to the Guru. What is the shloka here? Tasmad gurum prapadyeta. Take shelter at the feet of the Guru. Jijñāsuhu, the one who wants to know, how will I increase my bhakti, is the question. So such a jijñāsu should go to a Guru who is Shreyaha and Uttama. Go to the Guru, serve him with lot of love, and then ask, please tell me about how I can grow in bhakti. This should be the question. So in that shloka, Sangatya pranayenapi mumuksha akasmiki bhavet. What is mumuksha? The yearning to get liberated. Yearning to get liberated from what? In a very simple way, yearning to get liberated from all this by which I am feeling constricted or I am fearful. All the undesirable traits in me which give me suffering from all that. All these things, unwanted things. Yesterday I told you, list of things. What are the list of things? Anger, irritation, intolerance, impatience. You are not able to tolerate somebody becoming late or somebody not doing things properly. Say, you do something in one manner. You cannot expect that everybody will be doing in the same manner, with same perfection. But one becomes intolerant. So the intolerance brings anger, irritation. Then he will speak up something, and that other person will be hurt. Ultimately, later what you will feel, oh, I need not have got angry. I need not have hurt that person. So the suffering becomes ours. When these negative traits are there, the suffering is ours. So, mumuksha is to get rid of those and become expanded in the mind. In the very simple terms, it is this. And ultimately, mumuksha is to know the self. Because only when we know self, we know God, we can actually get rid of all our negative qualities. So, mumuksha akasmiki bhavet. When we go to a holy person, a Mahatma, especially a Guru, and ask him, or just do seva, by that what happens? In your mind, that moksha will arise very suddenly, very fast. Very fast, that yearning will develop. How will I get rid of all my negative qualities? How will my mind come away from all kind of crisscross thoughts and will be focused on God thought? This will be our yearning. So, Prabuddha says, Tasmat gurum prapadyeta jijnasu shreya uttamam shabde parecha nishnatam brahman upashamashrayam tatra bhagavatan dharman sikshed gurvatma deivataha amayaya anuvrityayaihi tushyed atmatmado harihi. So there, learn the Bhagavata Dharma from the Guru. Now, here Swamiji comes. Swamiji gives a set of lectures. It's a very general topic. Maybe he takes some texts. But from the lectures, you may pick up something. But if you really want to have a pursuit, you must go to him and ask him, what should be thy pursuit? You have told so many things. What should I do? Just tell me one or two things which I will pursue, so that my mind becomes like sky, like air. I can love everybody. I find that I am not attached anymore. I find that all my possessiveness has gone. All my intolerance has gone. Please tell me. This is how one should interact with the Guru, which I was saying very few people do. Will come and listen to the lecture, but when they come face to face with the Guru, they will tell about their life, how it is running. That's all. Not asking how you can increase your bhakti. Now, of course, after telling all this, I am wondering whether you really want to grow in bhakti. So, I am assuming that all of you want to grow in bhakti. So, dharman shikshet, Bhagavatan Dharma shikshet. That you learn the Bhagavata Dharma. What is the Bhagavata Dharma? That is, what is the way of life of a bhakta. What a bhakta should do. And considering the Guru as the Atma, Guru as all the deities. That is why Guru is called God. It's written in our Shastras. It is written in our Shastras that you should not do Manushya Buddhi for the Guru. Guru is God. That is why we sing every day, Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu. But that feeling has to come. Feeling has to come in the mind. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. You know, when I was in the university and I had come across Baba, I have not seen Baba by that time. I was just writing to Baba and he would reply to my letters. But I was meditating and whatever instructions Baba had given, trying to follow that. So I was doing research at that time. So I used to think that some days I would feel like sitting somewhere and meditating. So I came across Aurobindo Society, where there was a very nice meditation hall. So I will stop all my work and go there and sit for meditation. So that society and the next house was one couple was staying there, old couple. They were devotees of Aurobindo Ashram. They used to look after that society. The society contained one hall and 2-3 rooms. One was their sales counter, books and other things. And one was a small library sort of. So this uncle, auntie had the key. I would arrive there when everything will be closed actually. So uncle told me one day, you can come and take the key and go into the meditation hall. So I will go and knock at that door. So that auntie was very sweet and I was young. So she would understand that I am hungry. So she will say, beta pehle kuch kha pee lo, fir meditation karne jana. So she will offer me some tea and some snacks and with lot of love. And then I will take the key and go into the meditation hall and meditate. So one day when I went, they were just about to leave. So they said, oh, hum to ja nikal rahe hain. So you do one thing, take the key and a very beautiful cassette has come. Those days it was cassette. But it was very rare. That time cassette player was very rare. He said, very beautiful cassette has come from the ashram in Pondicherry. You can listen to that. And they showed me how to operate the cassette player. So I took that to the hall and started hearing. That was his Guru Stotra. Somebody has sung beautifully Guru Stotra, so I was hearing. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So many times I played and nearly learned them. I think from that time till now, this Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha I have never chanted without feeling it. Without feeling it. It cannot be chanted just like that. It has to be with love, with a feeling that I am completely giving myself. Do whatever you want to do to lift me up, to purify me, to give me all the qualities that is necessary to be united with the Lord. So, Guruatma Daivataha. Guru has to be considered like that, as your own Atma, as God Himself. And Amayaya Anuvrityayaihi Tushyed Atmatmadoharihi. So you learn that Bhagavata Dharma, which if you follow with all your actions, God will be pleased. With all your actions. Actions will include what you think, what you speak, everything. And he starts. Sarvato manaso sangam adau sangam cha sadhushu. See first what he says. Sarvato manasaha asangam. What is asangam? Non-attachment. First, learn to be non-attached. First, learn to be non-attached to everything. All the object of the senses, to your house, to your children, to your wife, to your possessions, to everything. Do not be attached. Narada tells Yudhishthira, As Yudhishthira asks, please tell me, what are the duties of a householder? See, this one, if anybody is interested, till now I was following 11th skandha of Bhagavatam. Now I have gone to 7th skandha. In 7th skandha, Narada is being asked by Yudhishthira, O Maharshi, please tell me, we are in the household. What is the duty of a householder? Please tell. So Narada says, Griheshvavasthito rajan kriyah kurvan grihojitaha Vasudevarpanam sakshat upasita mahamunin. He says, a householder should perform all duties pertaining to the house as an offering to Vasudeva and attend on spiritually illumined personages. The same thing. One shloka, Kayena Vacha, I said, with what you do bodily, with your mind, with your buddhi, with your indriyas, with everything, let it be an offering to Lord Hari. Here it is saying that remain in the household. But everything that you do, consider that to be an offering. Not that I have done this, I have done this, I have acquired this, I possess this. Not like that. Feeling very humble, feeling that God has given you the opportunity to do all these things. And everything that I have done, it is only to please you, O God. Vasudevarpanam Sakshad upasita mahamunin Shrinvan Bhagavato Bhikshnam Avatara Kathamritam Shraddadhano Yathakalam Upashanta Janavritaha Satsangat Chanakai Sangam Atmajayatmajadishu Vimunchen Mutyamaneshu Swayam Swapnavaduthitaha. He says that attend to all your duties. You are a householder, you have to attend to all the duties of a householder. You have to look after your children, you have to earn money, you have to look after the house, your old parents, bring up the children, get them married, everything you do. But you should also spend time with holy people. Maybe you have still not got a guru, but you must make it a point to go to the Mahatmas and listen to them. Listen to what? Hearing of Shrinvan Bhagavato Bhikshnam Avatara Kathamritam. Listen about God. Listen to what they are saying. Because when you go in the worldly situation, you go to your friends or with relatives, what talk will you do? You will be talking only about worldly matters, worldly objects, your children, your possessions, or sickness, or something which everybody will be joyous in. But everything is very, very momentary. You will be talking only of that. When you go to a holy person, what will they talk? They will talk about God. They will talk about the self. They will elevate your mind. By talking like that, they will only elevate your mind. They will talk about Vairagya, how to become dispassionate, how to become non-possessive. They will talk about that. So naturally, even for a second, even for some moment, you will feel that you are liberated. The mind which always remains bogged down with many things, you will find a freedom. That is why when we listen to all these lectures, we feel so much of freedom. But again, when you go back to your houses, you are bogged down by all your household duties and everything. Why? Because you do not practice. You do not do manana on what you have said. You do not have yearning to practice it as a pursuit. So, Shraddadhano Yatha Kalam upashanta janavritaha. So engage yourself in hearing the excellence of divine incarnations with full faith in the teachings. Just as when we see a dream, what happens? We see a dream, very good dream. And when we get up, are we still in the dream thing? Do we still hold on to the dream objects? No. Similarly, you should learn to detach yourself from the body, from wife, children, etc., which will slip away in the course of time. Just like in the dream that maybe you see that you are a king or a queen in a very big royal palace with so many jewelry, so many things. But when the dream is over, we cannot hold on to them. Know that in the life itself, learn to simply give up, get away from the attachment of your body, the attachment to the body, to wife, husband, children, house, etc., etc. So, what is the instruction? What is the pursuit? Be non-attached. Be non-attached. You all have heard about Prahlada. Now, you know, Prahlada, who was such a great devotee, every day. What happened to Prahlada? Prahlada's father tried to kill him in many ways, but he was not killed. At last, his father, in anger, was asking Prahlada, "Is your Hari in this pillar also?" And struck the pillar, and from there came out Narasimha Avatara, who was neither a human being nor a full animal. So he came out and he killed Hiranyakashipu, Prahlada's father. Now, Prahlada, he was seeing that Avatara, that small boy, 7 years old, he was only folding his hands and shedding tears of joy and bhakti. Hiranyakashipu had sat and he kept, Narasimha Avatara sat on his thighs, he had kept Hiranyakashipu, tore open his abdomen and killed him. Because this was done because Hiranyakashipu had got a boon that nobody can kill me, neither a human being, nor an animal, nor above, nor below, not like this, not like that. He had kept no hold to kill him. So Narasimha Avatara, in a very intelligent manner, killed him. Now, this Narasimha was heaving. He was so angry that his bhakta was punished in that manner by his father. He was heaving, like this. Everybody was afraid. Nobody could go and console him or pacify him. All the devatas, they were afraid. Swayam Brahma became afraid. They told Lakshmi Devi, please go and pacify him. Lakshmi Devi said that I am afraid, I have never seen him like this. So all of them came to Prahlada and said, dear boy, because of you, this incarnation has taken place. So you go and pacify him. So Prahlada went to Narasimha. Swapadamule patitam tamarbhakam. Prahlada went and fell at the feet of Narasimha. Swapadamule patitam tamarbhakam vilokya devaha kripaya pariplutaha utthaya tatchishnya dadhat karambujam kala hi vitrasta dhyam kritabhayam. He saw, he was heaving. Suddenly he got the touch of two very soft hands on his feet. And he looked and saw a small boy lying in prostration before him. With seeing that, Lord became bathed in very soft feelings and tender feelings about this small boy. He lifted him up and placed on his head those divine palm. What did he do? Lifted him up and kept his hand on the head of Prahlada. What are those hands? Those hands, they take away all the fear from everybody. Those of us, all the human beings, we in our embodiment, we are constantly under fear. These are the two hands which can take away our fear. That is why when we come to the Guru, most of us would say that, please keep your hand on my head. Why do we ask the hand to be kept on our head? Because we feel that if the hand is kept, all our problems are over. And problems means what? We are fearful. We are always fearful. So, he did this. Now, Satat Karasparshadhuta Khila Shubha Sapadya Vivyakta Paratma Darshanaha Tat Pada Padmam Hridi Nirvrito Dadhau Hrishyatanu Klinna Ridashrulochanaha. Just imagine the scene. Prahlada has fallen prostrate at the Lord's feet. Lord has lifted him up and kept his hand on Prahlada's head. When we read it, at least when I read it, I feel I am Prahlada. I am getting that touch. That much of identification, with that identification we should read. And when Prahlada got the touch of the Lord's hand on his head, all his ignorance got washed away. Overflowing with bliss. He was overflown with bliss. He got the touch of the Lord. He got overflown with bliss. His heart melted in love. Hair stood on end. His Romaharshana happened in his body. Romanch. And tears started streaming from his eyes. Tat pada padmam hridi nirvrito dadhau. And he was holding on to the holy lotus feet in his heart. Govinda parirambhitaha. Our state should be like this. I was telling you about myself. I think I yearned always for that. To be Govinda parirambhitaha. How? Always sitting, walking, eating, doing work. Or just sitting quietly. How always there will be a feeling that I am in touch with God. How I will never miss that touch. Is it possible? Is it possible? What kind of a lifestyle should be there so that that stage can be attained very soon? Can it be attained? And everything said it can be attained. Only thing, one has to be sincere. One has to look for it, want it, yearn it. Yearn it with tears. Yearn it with so much vyakulata. That vyakulata should be there. So, he held the feet with his hand. And after that, he started singing praises for the Lord. This Prahlada Stuti is considered to be a very beautiful portion in Bhagavatam. Prahlada Stuti. So after he praised the Lord was very pleased. He became quiet, he became calm. Just by the touch of a small boy, this angry Lord became pacified. And he said, my boy, I am so very pleased with you. Ask for a boon from me. Var dena chahte the. And what Prahlada asked for, Prahlada first said, don't allure me with boons. Please don't try to give me any boon. If at all you want to give me a boon, then, O Lord, You are the greatest boon giver. If you are very particular that you should give me a boon, give me a boon that I have no desire in my mind. What is the boon he asked for? A small boy of 7 years. He could have asked for so many things. What did he say? Let not be there any desire in my mind. Let not be there any desire in my mind. Please give me that boon. And God gave him that boon. Okay, tathastu, he said. That Prahlada, he grew up. He became a king. And he was ruling the country. Every day he used to worship this Narasimha Avatara and sing some praises, prayers for not getting attached to home, to body, to all his possessions. Tomorrow we will see that. Why are we reading that? Why I am telling you this? Just because, we should also at least few percent, 10% at least we can do, not to get attached, so that we will be experiencing the joy and happiness of our indweller. We are not able to because we are so much attached with so many things which are perishables, which will not give us happiness, the everlasting happiness we will never get. Okay. Jai Guru. Adhokshajalambhamiha sharirina samsriti chakrashatanam tad brahma nirvana sukham vidurbudhaha tato bhajadhvam hridaye hridishwaram tato bhajadhvam hridaye hridishwaram. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru.